The Indiana Fever are currently experiencing one of those moments in sports where everything changes. Picture a team that already has Caitlin Clark, the best scorer in college basketball history, with 8 assists and 15 points in the first half, hoping to increase her total. And now they've just hired the ideal individual to turn all that potential into something even more terrifying.
So I'm glad I'm going to get to work with you guys, work with you ladies, instead of having to think about how to stop you.
If you're a true basketball fan, you should subscribe to the channel right away because what's coming is going to be historic, and I don't exaggerate when I say that it will change the game forever. The Indiana Fever just brought back someone who truly understands this franchise's DNA. You know that feeling that something big is about to happen? That's exactly what the other WNBA teams must be feeling right now. Stephanie White is the coach for this particular moment, not just any coach.
This is coming home for me. It has been such an experience with this franchise for nearly 25 years from day one. And the opportunity to come home and to lead this young, exciting, talented team, to work with Kelly again.
These words from Stephanie Stephan are more than just a formal declaration. They mark the start of a new era in which we will finally witness the full potential of this young and talented roster being used appropriately. Why is this so important now? Because last season, despite obvious tactical limitations, we saw glimpses of what this team is capable of. We saw Caitlin Clark make the impossible look routine and Aaliyah Boston dominate the paint, but we all knew there was much more to come. Now that we have a coach who genuinely understands how to maximize offensive talent and knows how to set up systems that allow special players to be special, we are about to witness something completely new in women's basketball. Let's talk about what will actually change with Stephanie White at the helm. These aren't just pretty words. They are fundamental changes in the way the Fever is going to play basketball.
Well, I think, first and foremost, obviously, they're an exciting team to watch. I think offensively, we can be more creative. I think we can utilize, more versatility, utilize the certain players in different ways. I'm a forward-thinking, outside-the-box kind of coach.
This statement may seem straightforward, but it represents a profound philosophical shift. During the previous season, Caitlin Clark was frequently constrained by an overly strict system. Now, creativity will be the norm. This implies that we won't only have an offensive show. The Fever is preparing to dominate on both ends of the floor. It's a comprehensive strategy that will give Caitlin Clark greater latitude to develop plays. The squad as a whole will play more fluid and unpredictable basketball with Aaliyah Boston receiving the ball in better places. And you know what's most exciting? In a recent interview, Lexi Hull discussed how the squad was making progress despite earlier setbacks. Can you picture the system now that fully utilizes all of that talent?
So I'm glad I'm going to get to work with you guys, work with you ladies, instead of having to think about how to stop you. The future is so bright, and our ultimate goal is to hang another banner in the field house.
When Stephanie White said, "Our ultimate goal is to hang another banner in the field house," she wasn't dreaming. Rather, she was establishing a realistic goal since, for the first time in a long time, the organization had all the components required to achieve this objective. Every basketball fan is excited to see Caitlin Clark play freely, and I'm not kidding when I say that we could be in for one of the most exciting seasons in WNBA history. This is because we now have a coach who knows that you don't need to control a player like Caitlin. Instead, you need to give her the tools she needs to shine even brighter. It seems like we're going to see the limitless Caitlin we already know. If she was previously remarkable with a small system, what can we anticipate now that she has greater room to write plays tailored to her distinct style and the autonomy to decide on the court? A system that optimizes her game-reading skills, and I'm not the only one who saw this coming. Her friends, like Lexi Hull, are already displaying a new level of enthusiasm. Hull even related a fascinating anecdote about Clark requesting that the music volume be lower during practice, demonstrating that trademark attention and competition. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Caitlin having multiple 40-plus point games next season, and we're not just talking about points, we're talking about a level of dominance that goes far beyond the stats, because now she'll have a system that allows her to be exactly who she is, one of the greatest talents this sport has ever seen. That's why that recent photo of Clark with White, Hull, and Boston is so meaningful. It's not just a snapshot. It's the prelude to something special. It's the smile of someone who knows they're about to make history. But it's not just about Caitlin Clark. What makes this moment at the Indiana Fever even more special is that Stephanie White and the team management understand that this is the perfect moment to turn a collection of individual talents into a true WNBA powerhouse. The upcoming offseason is going to be crucial. We're not just talking about adding a few pieces here and there. We're talking about a strategic and well-thought-out construction. White has already shown she has a clear vision of what needs to be done, and the Fever is in a unique position to attract talent. Think about it. What player wouldn't want to be part of a team that has one of the biggest stars in basketball in Caitlin Clark, a paint dominator like Aaliyah Boston, a versatile shooter like Lexi Hull, and now a coach who knows exactly how to make all this work together? And the most interesting thing is that the Fever isn't just looking for names, they're looking for perfect fits. Players who complement the more creative and dynamic style of play. It's no wonder that the new coach talked about being more creative offensively. She's already thinking a few steps ahead. What we're seeing is the meticulous building of a team that can dominate the WNBA not just next season, but for years to come. It's a long-term vision that starts now in this crucial off-season. Hull has previously discussed how the club overcame a difficult start to the previous season and finished with the best offensive imaginable following the Olympics. Now, with an even stronger roster and a system that truly amplifies all these qualities, what's happening at the Indiana Fever isn't just another coaching change or another season approaching. It's the birth of something truly special in women's basketball. And I'm not saying this just because it sounds nice. The facts are right in front of us. We have a coach who's come home with a clear mission. As she said herself, this is a homecoming for me. This isn't just another job for Stephanie White. It's a personal project. We have a young core that's already shown what it's capable of, even with limitations. And now they'll have the freedom and the right system to really show all their potential. When White says the goal is to hang another banner in the field house, she's not dreaming too big. She's setting the tone for a new era of the Indiana Fever, an era where seeing Caitlin Clark score 40 points could become common, an era where every game will be a demonstration of creative and dominant basketball. And you're going to miss this, because I'm absolutely certain what we're going to see next season is going down in WNBA history. If you're as excited about this new era for the Indiana Fever, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. What record do you think Caitlin Clark will break first under Stephanie White's leadership? See you in the upcoming video.